Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host, Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a good day and that you're looking after yourselves and one another. It is Friday. It is sunny outside, but cold. So it's perfect time for another video. In this episode of the Music Den, I'm going to be doing another installment of Album Spotlight. Now, this is on a band that, although I have a few of their CDs in my collection, I have not dedicated a full episode to them. So we're going to do that today. But before I continue, I want to give a special shout out to Bill Schuster, who, when we did our top five albums of 1972, reminded me and recommended this album to me to listen to. It is Renaissance, and the album is Prologue. This is the 1994 reissue on Repertoire Records, featuring a cover done by Hypnosis, known for doing the Dark Side of the Moon album cover for Pink Floyd, as well as Wish You Were Here. They also have done many covers, most notably Houses of the Holy for Led Zeppelin. Now, about Renaissance. The the band got their start when two members of the Yardbirds, Jim McCarty on drums and Keith Ralph on vocals and guitar, wanted to start up a band after the Yardbirds folded. And eventually they became Led Zeppelin. McCarty and Ralph wanted to have a band that were focused primarily on classical influences mixed with folk influences, certainly rock influences, but also a bit of jazz fusion mixed in. And with this band, they succeeded. Now, this incarnation of the band is considered to be their classic lineup that ran from 1972 to 1979. So the album itself was released originally on Sovereign Records. They've also been signed to Sire Records, Elektra Records in the US. Most recently, they've been signed to Giant Electric P Records. So I will go through the album with you. On the album, in terms of the band, you have on lead vocals Annie Haslam, fantastic vocalist, on lead vocals, backing vocals, and percussion, all for except track number 2. You also have Rob Hendry on electric and acoustic guitar, mandolin, chimes, backing vocals, John Tout on keyboards, acoustic and electric piano, and backing vocals and arrangements. You have John Camp on electric bass, lead vocals on track 2, backing vocals, tempora, arrangements, which is uncredited, and Terrence Sullivan on drums and percussion. Now, the album itself was produced by Miles Copeland and the band. And again, when it was released, originally it did not gain any chart recognition, but it has gone on to be considered an influential album by a lot of people, a lot of artists. Now, in terms of Renaissance being listed as or accredited as being a progressive rock band, they are. They are. There's no way around that. Uh, Intricate arrangements, lengthy epic tracks, different time signatures, all of that. But in terms of putting them or lumping them in with groups like Yes or King Crimson, no, they're different. They're different. First of all, the influences are heavily dripped in or drenched in classical. Also, folk influences are prominent on their in their music. This album, for example, has 6 tracks. Again, the piano is all over the place on this album. So what I'm going to do is go through the tracks. Now, the tracks for this album, I should say, were written prior to this configuration of the band being put together. So I will tell you more about that. The tracks were written by Michael Dunford, Jim McCarty, and Betty Thatcher, who was a lyricist for the band, who would be a lyricist for the band, be involved with the band until 1979. Michael Dunford was not yet listed as an official member of the band, but he did contribute songs. So again, there are 6 tracks, and it's a very lush intricate album, but at the same time, very accessible. Annie Haslam as a vocalist, if I was to give her a comparison, first of all, fantastic vocalist, fantastic harmony ability, beautiful angelic voice. If I was to compare her, the closest I can compare her to would be Judy Collins. But at the same time, she can deliver high notes like you would not believe. If they're not F sharps, they're damn near close to that. So I will go through the album with you. Again, we have 6 tracks. Starts out with Prologue. And again, as I said, the title track. As I said, the piano on this album is quite prominent. So Prologue starts off with a dramatic piano intro. Uh, amazing, amazing. A lot of epic chords done on the piano. Vocal phrasing that she does throughout the intro track, mixed with vocal stabs, I call it, because she hits those notes. You, to me, I'm lulled by her into a very peaceful, tranquil state, and then she'll come out with a vocal like stab, like a piercing note that literally wakes me up, right? Like I'm jarred awake. I'm jumpy anyway. But when I hear that, it's just like, holy shit. And I mean that. Um, uh, Also on the track, it features what I gather to be funky rhythm guitar and bass guitar on this. There's a lot of point counterpoint on this track with piano. Different time signatures, just fantastic. There are really no vocals like lyrics on this, I should say, on this track, just vocal phrasings, right? Next track is Kiev. And it starts off with nice sweeping piano intro. The drums come in, but they're very understated. They're not heavy. They're not, uh, uh, they're more like an adornment on the track. So yeah, fantastic understated drums, beautiful harmony vocals on this track, as most of the tracks on the album, all the tracks on the album, I should say, and a lot of time signature changes on this track as well. Uh, both tracks clock in at 5 minutes plus and 7 minutes plus, respectively. Amazing. When I say harmony vocals on this and backing vocals, the way they use them, I'm kind of reminded of the 1960s. And I'm trying to think of there was a band in the UK that had a hit in the 60s with Georgie Girl. And I forget the name. If any one of you out there remember the name of the band, please let me know in the comments. But when I hear these vocals, like sort of like these gang style vocals that come in, they're very lush, very intricate, overlapping, but beautiful, like a wall of sound, a wall of vocals. Just amazing. After Kiev, track 3 is Sounds of the Sea, and it starts off with beautiful seashore effects in terms of like you hear like the waves crashing up against the shore, against the rocks on the shore, and you hear seagulls in the background. Beautiful, beautiful. You are literally taken away on a trip, like you're going on a boat somewhere, and you can see them flying overhead, and you can hear them. Just amazing. Also, the beautiful piano intro on this track, uh, and beautiful harmony vocals done by Annie Haslam. Just a gorgeous piece of music. Again, this track also clocks in at 7 minutes and change. Again, a lot of um, epic sounding, epic length tracks in terms of timing on the tracks. Uh, Track 4 is Spare Some Love, which, as I go from my notes here, beautiful acoustic guitar intro, wonderful, nice harmony vocals, changes in time signatures that come in like halfway through the track, like around the 250 mark. The track clocks in at 5 minutes. And again, beautiful sweeping grand piano chords that happen on this track. The piano is very prominent on this album, as with most of their stuff, um, that I remember hearing. I have to dive into the catalog more. I also have Scheherazade and Other Stories, which is also on the Repertoire Records label, their reissue. But yeah, fantastic track, spur some love. Track 5 is Bound for Infinity, and it's the shortest track in the album, clocking in at 4 minutes and 17 seconds. In my notes, nice piano intro, descending chords, beautiful, just piano, just wonderful sweeping piano. Uh, Tranquil vocals at, on this track. Not very epic at all in terms of the arrangements, in terms of the vocals, and nice guitar accents on this track. The guitars are used in this band, but not to a heavy extent. As I said, the piano is used more prominently. It's more upfront in the mix, and when you hear these albums, and they do heavily depend on classical influences. That's track 5. Track 6, the final track on the album, is, and I hope I say this right, Rajak Khan. It clocks in 11 minutes and 14 seconds. Epic, epic track. Starts off with brooding bass guitar and a little bit of feedback that comes in as the intro. Um, Nice guitar passages. Um, Strumming chords on the guitar, and they also use a lot of fuzz tone on this, on the guitars for this. Beautiful vocal phrasings. There's not really lyrics on this track, just beautiful sweeping vocal phrasings from Annie Haslam. Um, Beautiful. There's different sections. There's a nice bass part that comes in, high-pitched vocals that come in terms of vocal phrasing. Uh, there are time signature changes on this track. Um, what else do I have here? And when the time signature change comes in, the tempo increases, just very fast drumming and bass. It builds and builds. It starts slow and then it just builds when the guitars come in. And there's also another section where what I call tribal drums come in, and they basically act as the foundation for the rest of the track. Um, at some point in the track, they do use uh backward masking effects on this track. It's just amazing. And they also use what I consider to be tabla percussion on this track. Very epic, very grand, and it ends the album in a very grand way, grandiose way. Just a fantastic, lush album to listen to. If you want an album to listen to that will give you chills up your spine with regards to Annie Haslam's vocals and just beautiful, lush arrangements with piano, grand piano, and classical influences and arrangements. This album is for you. So please check it out. I was able to get um, Prologue. Show it again. I was able to get this album on Amazon, and their albums range from literally $15 to $25 each. If you want the reissues, like with the double disc reissues, they go for about $32, $34 each. You can get them on Amazon. You can get it on Discog. You can get it on eBay. You can even stream them on YouTube if you want. So please check out Prologue by Renaussance and let me know what you think of Renaussance in the comments below. Do you know of them? Do you like them? Do you not like them? I know some people that cannot stand Renaussance. They kind of think of the band as progressive light, and they kind of think that they feel that Annie Haslam's vocals don't suit what a progressive rock band should sound like or be in a progressive rock band. But I beg to differ. I think she's fantastic. She has a soaring range, a beautiful angelic range as well. She's versatile in terms of her vocal delivery, and she will satisfy you if this is the kind of music you want. If you want an album that you can put on, again, I'm one for putting on an album and turning off the lights and just letting the music take you away while you're sitting on the couch. This album, Prologue, is for you. So please check it out. And again, let me know in the comments what you think. And again, no right or wrong answers, just opinions. So that's it for now, guys. Please take care of one another and yourselves. And I will be back soon with another video. Also, click like and subscribe and click the notification bell to keep yourselves on top of any new content that I've got coming up. I have some show ideas that I have rolling around in this head of mine, and I'm gonna put them together and present them to you. And Bill Schuster will be back soon with myself for another video. So for now, that's it. I will see you soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.